Well, men and women in uniform are not the only ones who put their lives on the line as police officers. We have seen this in Sacramento, of course, in recent months. Police dogs. They can search for weapons or drugs or suspects faster than human beings. Steve Large gives us a look inside at police dogs, both on and off duty.
He looks like a dog. He plays like a dog.
Say, come here.
And after swimming with his family in the pool, he'll sure smell like a dog. But this 5-year-old German Shepherd named Sig lives a double life.
The dog will be sent in. He will bite you. This is your last chance.
Sig is a working dog, one of 9 in the Sacramento Police Department K9 unit.
Find him. He never calls in sick. He loves coming to work. He gets very excited to come to work.
Sergeant Steve Oliveira is Sig's handler and supervisor of the K9 unit.
I don't think people realize that there's like 2 sides to them.
Their day starts off like any other workers with a stop at the office.
Hello.
And just like any other office, co-workers bring in treats.
Gentle, good boy.
There are staff meetings.
I did get the car fixed, so we can use the car for some stuff. All right, buddy, ready to go to work? Let's go. Come on.
But it gets interesting when Sergeant Oliveira and Sig hit the streets.
He knows. He sees police cars. He knows something's up. Our typical calls are crimes in progress type calls, like violent crimes, burglaries. Sometimes just by making our announcements and our warnings that the K9 is going to be used.
This is the Sacramento Police Department K9 unit.
The smart ones tend to give up and they'll come out.
And if the bad guys turn and run, Sergeant Oliveira calls on Sig to run them down. Lucky for this bad guy, this is just a training session and he's got a padded sleeve. The dogs and their handlers do this weekly, working on obedience,
Sig! Heel!
agility, and strength.
Look at the size of this head. Sig is big, 90 pounds, but he's also fast, and that's one of the things that canines can bring police departments. In a search of a neighborhood, a canine can do the work of a team of officers in half the time.
Find them. They think they can hide from the dog, and it's just amazing. If they're there, you know, and they're locked down, the canine will find them. Good boy, good boy.
Do you ever have that concern, that parental concern?
And we do. We never want to send our dogs into a situation where they're going to get hurt. If it comes down to a point where we're going to send officers into a place to, you know, search a building or a yard, you know, for a dangerous suspect, we'd rather the dog go. At the same time, if we know there's an armed suspect inside and he's got a gun and he's threatening to shoot it out with us, we're not going to send our dog in a situation like that.
These dogs are not only good at capturing criminals, Sergeant Oliveira says they've proved to be lifesavers.
You know, we've had 2 police dogs shot recently in the last couple of years, and had it not been for those police dogs, I guarantee it would have been an officer that was shot.
But as fierce as they look, police canines have a soft side as well.
When it's time to work, they know. We call it like having a light switch. It's like they realize, okay, it's time to go to work, but they also know when they're just there to be a dog. Sig, heel. Good boy, good boy.
Since they're often brought to public demonstrations like this, the dogs have to be social. They're together 24/7. It's clear canine officers have a special bond with their dogs.
We just know what each other's thinking, and he can tell sometimes just by looking at me what, you know, my mood is. K9 say I'm not in round.
At the end of the day, there's one call Sergeant Oliveira and Sig always respond to. The call to come home.
Just an invaluable resource for us. That allows our officers to come home every day safe to their families.
Nice shot. Police dogs usually retire, by the way, when they turn about 10 years old. Maria?